going to become Fistful of Failure podcast. Flask full of failure. Damn it. We're already off.
Fistful of failure.
It was a flat. The name.
The jingle's already being made. Changing the logo.
Oh, God, no. So, yeah, that's being done. It's going to be Flask full of failure, as you can tell why we chose the name Failure in that. I am your host, Logan. Alongside, we have... Oh, boy.
We didn't decide who was going to go. Sorry, I interrupted you. I did it again.
Continue.
I said my name. I'm Taylor.
All right.
Got Scott and I'm angry.
Yeah, Scott and Mitchell. All right. Well, since we're back to that being a train wreck no matter what, it's fine. It'll just be a staple, something cute or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all of us are here to discuss things this week. It's been 2 weeks or so.
It's completely thrown you off.
It has really. It always does. It never seems.
I mean, the intro has thrown you off.
Yeah, it always does. It never ceased to not throw me off somehow.
You have just become fuck.
Yeah. Again, the name Failure is in our name now, which is very fitting for us.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess we'll start off with what we usually start off with, of what's everyone been playing, other than, well, I think it's just Overwatch, honestly. Except me. I played more than Overwatch. So.
Yeah, just Overwatch.
In my case, it's just been Overwatch, since I've had a lot of stuff to do this week. Last week, I attempted to get the Buy Crusade campaign running, but on account of that crazy tempestuous nightmare storm that swept through our state,
Also,
in addition to Hurricane Matthew.
By that you mean
we had to
Logan
cancel
and Hurricane Matthew?
Yeah, oh, I meant Logan's sister, but, you know.
Oh, that's just rude. How dare you?
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it?
Something
Do you
like
care
that.
that much?
Depends. Depends on the day.
But yeah, we have
Is it Sunday through Saturday?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, it's Spoggle Day. She's fine.
Yeah, attempted to get the Black Crusade campaign running. Did not work out, which is always unfortunate because that thing has been on hiatus for like 6 months now.
Yeah, but at least we got our bi-yearly catch-up.
Yeah, and I'm sure I won't have to do it again next time when we do finally start it.
Yeah, the biggest issue with doing stuff like that, and I think it's for any like D&D campaign or anything, like once you pass the number of like 4 people, you're making it a way more arduous task than it's going to end up being, because it's just like at that point you've gone too far. Like, you just got too many people, and that's too many schedules you got to line up. Plus, everybody that's playing is a college student, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody playing is a college student, and none of our break times match up and everything. It's dumb.
Yeah.
Even that, I'm sure we all have like 2 or 3 hours on the weekend to spend, since we all are together for 2 and 3 hours on the weekend.
Yeah, we use that to play that horrible game that everybody's playing.
Exactly.
Halloween update! Yay!
I'm so angry.
Yeah. I got robbed of a play of the game today, so won't ever want to open that game ever again, except for probably when I open it again.
Tonight, when we're done with the podcast.
Yeah. Or maybe we could play Civ for once. Maybe.
Don't taunt me with that.
I might actually.
You're good.
We'll figure
Okay.
it. We'll see. We'll see how I feel after this.
Also, I just realized that Genji's Meditate skin has his sword clipping through
That's fine.
his sheath.
So other than
Technical difficulties.
Overwatch and the anger that has ensued for me, I've been playing a game. I can't actually remember the name of the game. Give me a second.
Good job.
I'll figure it out. It's
Pajama Sam?
I beat that game. That was a game from my childhood, and I'm super glad that I played it. It was fun. No, seriously, like, I played that game when I was a little kid, which is probably why I have such a love for point-and-click games. But yeah, I played through it. I mean, I beat it like an hour or two, basically. It's not like a very long game. It's made for kids and stuff.
You're made for kids.
Oh, that's not okay. But yeah, I played that. It was fun. I enjoyed it just as much as I did when I was a kid, except for I understood more about it, so that's probably a plus. So yeah, the game I've been playing is called Epistory Typing Chronicles,
Yes.
and it is about a young girl riding on a fox, and you walk around, and it's a typing game. But so, yeah, you basically just go through it and type, and that's how you like attack enemies. That's how you get past obstacles. There's a lot of different like tricks and stuff to it. I've always liked typing games for some reason, so it's a lot of fun for me. I would suggest it to anybody who actually likes typing games. So
Sounds like a gross ripoff of Typing of the Dead.
So yeah, it's got a better story to it though. It seems
Well,
to
I
be.
would hope so.
It seems to be about a
Well, Logan, any story would be a better story. Not High School of the Dead. Typing of the Dead has an intentionally bad story.
yeah. But
I mean, most stories would be better than the story in High School of the Dead as well. But we won't.
High
get
School of
into
the
that.
Dead has a good story.
High School of the Dead has a good everything.
It has terrible fan service.
I differ to beg.
Just the classic Scott there. Classic Scott.
You just you reversed the words and thus made a joke.
Speaking of fan service, this was the perfect transition, but I just finished the DLC Case Space Attorney. That's what I've been doing lately. Continue.
Hooray! Yeah, I really feel like I want to start trying to play those games again, but I just know that right now I don't. Me trying to designate my time to other things will just confuse and or upset me eventually, because school's enough right now, and then school and work.
Yeah, honestly, the next game I'm gonna play, other than Overwatch, will probably be when Pokemon comes out.
That definitely. But I would like to catch up on that.
What day is that out again?
November 18th, I believe.
Oh, that's so far away.
I'm still
Sounds
playing.
about a whole month.
Still playing that stupid PewDiePie game I was playing 2 weeks ago. It's something that's just like you pick it up once, fix some things on it, and you can put it down for a while. Which is kind of what I like about in mobile games. Like a game where I don't feel like I have to pick it up all the time. Like check on it every now and then. I don't know. Something about that. I find something nice about that.
You mentioned that. I don't know anything really because I haven't been keeping up with it. But you mentioned that whole you like games that you don't have to keep up with and stuff. I randomly decided to check back on like what was currently going on in. You remember the Kingdom Hearts mobile game, Unchained X or whatever, Kai technically. It's supposedly gotten extremely like very fleshed out and convoluted as you would expect.
Of course it has.
And so I was just like, wow, if I was thinking about getting back into it, I wouldn't now.
Yeah, because Kingdom Hearts isn't one of those series that's way too overly complicated.
Oh, there's some news. 2.8 finally got a release date.
Oh, hooray. I need to stop these.
Yes. Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue is what it's called.
The third.
The third. No.
I like how they're just like slowly getting to 3. They're going up by little increments every time, but they'll get there eventually.
At least they'll actually get to 3.
They
Like, Final
will.
Fantasy already made it. Final Fantasy already made it. Square Enix knows what they're doing. They're just releasing a bunch of other bullshit so that they can get you to spend more money on their bullshit. It's great.
Well, eventually, Haley Joel Osment is going to be too old to be able to do voices, so they'll have to stop it.
Wait, who does Haley Joel Osment voice? Why do I not know this already?
Sora,
Oh.
the main character.
I kind of assumed, but at the same time, I wasn't really sure.
Oh, and then the other main character, quote unquote, is Jesse McCartney.
Wait. Okay, then.
Yeah. Anyway.
How was I unaware of this?
I know, right? Like, I didn't figure it out until after I played the games. I was like, I thought he sounded kind of familiar.
Well, all right then. You learn something new every day. Apparently, Haley Joel Osment, who I did not realize was still relevant.
He did something
Nothing-
Voice act.
not too long ago, like an actual big part, and it was weird because everybody's like, "Wait, that's what he looks like now," and it's like, "Yeah, he got old."
Also, Taylor, question:
Yes.
How does being in Kingdom Hearts suddenly make him relevant again?
That's a
You
good
right?
point.
Kingdom Hearts is always relevant.
Kingdom Hearts hasn't been relevant for a little while.
So yeah, that's a thing. Other than that, yeah, Overwatch has been happening. I don't think
I
anybody.
want the Mercy skin so bad.
We'll never get it, Mitchell.
You can't.
I
It's
know I'll
only the
never get
boxes
it.
you spend money on.
I'll end up spending money on boxes if I don't get what I want. I just want the Skull Yada skin, and I'll be happy.
I don't have money.
Then get some.
Find some.
Whore yourself if you have to.
I would not immediately start there. You probably won't make very much.
You can still try. People might be into skinny people. There's someone out
Okay,
there
let's
for you.
move on. Let's move on.
Alright, so I guess we'll actually move to the news now. Unless
I'm
someone
sorry,
else-
but I've never felt so motivated in my life before.
So, Pokemon, the new Sun and Moon, has released a lot of new Pokemon for it. There was a whole video that came out today talking about Alola Muck and Grimer, which looked silly in Rainbow, but hey, what do you...
Yeah, I read the description, and they explain why it has the little crystals on it. They don't explain why he's a rainbow. They do nothing. It's just a rainbow, and there's no reason.
Yeah, well, gotta start somewhere.
I
Or
mean,
in somewhere.
if it was just muck with crystals on it, that would be silly. It's got to be all colorful. There has to be some reason for
They eat
that
trash,
coloration.
like just a lot of trash.
But they used to.
They
That's
eat
what they did
rubbish.
originally.
Apparently, it was just very toxic trash.
Yeah, it's brightly colored.
I don't know.
I
It's
feel like
weird.
there's a reason for that specific coloration, but I can't think of it. Oh well.
It's a strange
Yeah.
thing. The Alola forms have been, half of them are really good, and the other half of them are kind of like, what? Not upset necessarily, just strange.
Just like the Alolan Rattata, which
I like. It's fun.
it looks like some sort of stereotype, but I can't figure out which.
It's trying real hard to be all of them.
Yeah, it's just many different ambiguous ethnicities.
I'm just
That's all
thinking
that matters.
I'm just thinking Italian, maybe
Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to.
like maybe like a really sleazy like
Like Mario-esque.
no.
Yeah.
Mario's. I was gonna say like a loan shark.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, and
Yeah,
who could forget fuckboy Meowth?
It's just Meowth, only gray and with an annoying expression,
It
and his whiskers curl up.
it looks very girly and flamboyant. So
Also-
I mean,
Yeah, fuckboy Meowth.
I know they're making Alolan versions of all the Pokemon, well, not all of them, but a bunch of them, but it seems like for 3 of them so far, it's just the original typing with Dark stapled on. Because that's what Rattata is, that's what the new Meowth is, right?
yes.
Yeah, he's just Dark now. And the Muck and Grimer are also Poison Dark,
Yep.
which is weird because they're so brightly colored, but I guess
Well-
you don't gotta be dark to be dark.
The whole thing about the Sun and Moon is that it's going to be it's going to be a night and day mechanic. So it might just be because the Moon campaign specifically is going to take place 8 hours after the 8 hours after the Sun one. So yeah, I guess it's
That's-
just the fact that
Yeah,
it's, like,
then-
it's nighttime.
well,
Ooh.
Then why isn't Raichu, Executor, and the Vulpix light type?
Because there's no light type. And they're not
Guess what
making
you
another
think.
one. They already made Fairy, and people were very unhappy about Fairy.
Were they?
I don't know. I feel like they were. Scott's probably our resident Pokemon expert.
I don't feel like people were unhappy with Fairy. I liked Fairy.
Scott, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
I guess Ray would be the one to ask, but of course he's
What's,
never gonna be here.
Wait, I heard light type and then I zoned out for like 3 seconds.
I was saying I thought a lot of people disliked the Fairy type as a choice, like a new typing.
I mean, I don't know what the community thinks.
I thought
They were, well, I only know like things in terms of like competitive meta. So like I know that people were really happy about Fairy competitive wise because it made Dragon not ridiculously OP in the meta game, and a couple other things. They also the whole possibly a bigger, well, maybe not bigger, but as big as Fairy a change was making Steel not resist Ghost and Dark, because that like shook a lot of things up, and some people were like, "Holy shit!"
I guess it was just the like whole internet doesn't like change things, so I was hearing a lot of the
Probably.
they added a new type. How dare they? And it's like, I mean, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Now that you mention it, I can't actually like remember what people's reactions were. All I remember were the leaks, because X and Y didn't have nearly as much information revealed as Sun and Moon. I don't.
This was 3 years ago too. Like,
yeah,
I gotta remember.
I remember when like Gumi was leaked, and Klefki especially, and
Ray lost Klefki.
Well, everyone's like, "There's no way Klefki's real."
And then it was.
And then it was. Sometimes, like, I often think, like, if we were to take a picture of the current Smash roster and send it back in time, like, how many people would believe it? Because they just look at it and they're like, Cloud? Yeah, right. That would never happen. And they're like, oh, Ryu. That's funny.
Yeah. Like, who the hell is Robin?
Oh, random sexy witch lady? No.
Bayonetta's been around for forever. Bayonetta was the one that like everybody was like, they're never gonna put Bayonetta in there. That's especially one.
She's too sexy.
She's too sexualized, and Nintendo would never put her in there. And then Bayonetta got in there, and I was over the. Yeah, I was super excited.
And then they also linked the not safe for work Bayonetta cosplay on their Facebook, and everyone was like, "What?" Because for some reason Bayonetta just gets this special exception with Nintendo.
Yep.
Yeah.
So going back to Klefki, isn't Klefki like pretty widely used in the competitive metagame and everything?
It's a Steel Fairy.
I don't know about widely, but yeah, I love using him because
he's Steel Fairy.
And has one health.
Mostly because of his ability, because he has Steel Fairy's a good type combination one. And his ability is Prankster, which gives priority to like status type moves. And so basically it just means that you can give him, like the Klefki I had on my team, I think it had Light Screen and Reflect and Spikes and Thunder Wave, I think. So basically anything he did, he was guaranteed to go first.
Go ahead.
And he also had Light Clay, which doubles the duration of reflect and Light Screen.
You just reminded me.
Infuriating.
Yeah, you just reminded me of why I don't play competitive Pokemon. Is because it's the same reason I don't play Magic. There's just way too much thought that I have to put into it. Where for me, it's just
all
like
mind games.
Yeah, for me, it's just like a thing of like I'll play a Pokemon game because I want to get to the end and because I want to collect them all. Like I have that gotta catch them all mentality. But it's like for stuff like that.
I very much don't have a gotta catch them all mentality. I'm gonna catch these ones. They're gonna be my friends, and we're gonna love each other, and we're gonna win the day.
I guess that's probably more where I am actually.
So basically, what you're saying is, Klefki is a lot like playing against a blue player in Magic.
It's what it sounds like. I think the only other like things I've seen Klefki do is I think it learns Foul Play, which it's an attack that uses the opponent's attack instead of your attack.
Oh, why are you hitting yourself?
So people like send it out when there's like, I don't know, something with like, if you send it out like against, I don't know, Mega Mawile or something, then you can just fuck it up with the Klefki. 'Cause I'm pretty sure Mega Mawile has like the highest attack maybe in the game. It's very up there because its ability doubles its attack.
Huh.
Why is Mega Mawile a thing?
There's the
Because
Megas
Mawile's-
have never made sense though, to be fair. Like
Mawile's never gotten love. I think they try to for the most part, they try to give megas to things that just don't have evolutionary lines to begin with, like Mawile and Pinsir. Like, who wants to use Pinsir?
Mega Heracross.
But Mega Pinsir and Mega Heracross are beasts. Especially Mega Heracross.
Then you've got Mega Slowbro, which is just being eaten by its tail.
Which, speaking of beasts, that thing is nigh unkillable.
God, one of my favorite Pokemon has a use now. Other than being, like, the butt of a meme. I was also going to say the starter Pokemon got their evolutionary chain, too. Or at least the first leg of their evolutionary chain. So
the middle.
And I think Litten's evolution and Rollitt's, whatever the hell its name is, their evolutions look okay to me.
Litten didn't change that much.
I like Rowlet's a lot. I don't like Litten's at all. And I think Poplio's evolution is a slight improvement on the abomination that it is.
I still think Poplio looks dumb, though. Like, I just, like, the seal is never going to look better to me.
I can't wait to. I've decided to use Poplio just because everyone else hates it. I got this feeling that it's going to be the best one somehow.
See, I'm going to use the owl because it's adorable, and then it turns into a fabulous rich man. Or fabulous rich young boy.
Well, okay, the first one's a sea lion. The second one's a pop star. The third evolution of Poplio might just be Taylor Swift that's just wet all the time, just covered in water, just constantly.
Fantastic. Apparently there was a leak, supposedly, of like the final evolutions a while back. The people have been kind of like debating over, and I can kind of see
if you
being correct. Yeah, I'll grab the image real quick.
I guess I'll put it on the screen too.
Oop. Not sure how.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
That was the wrong channel, but whatever.
Oh boy, I have to go to a different channel.
Yeah, because it makes Rowlet's final evolution look kind of like an archer type. And
I don't think I believe this.
Yeah, like
mainly because, like, for Dartrix, it's the Blade Quill. Actually, I guess that could make sense. If it's like if they're meant to be like throne quills.
Yeah.
But it seems a lot more heavily literal to the themes than they usually are.
Well, I mean, last time, you had.
That's right. That's right. One of them did actually have a staff.
It was a ninja, a wizard, and an actual like knight. They had very specific.
But as a knight, he wasn't holding a sword and shield. That's why I'm being like, they're not like literally interpreted. It's always just the themes.
I guess I was just thinking Juggernaut, Chestnut. So it was a Juggernaut. So it was a big, bulky character. So it fit that personality. Greninja was literally a ninja that threw shurikens. It was a water shuriken. And then you had...
yeah, but it didn't have shurikens.
It threw water shurikens. It's close enough. And it had the stupid, like, ninja scarf. So it fit it perfectly.
Also, these look like Digimon.
Well, I mean, they're kind of going that way.
Digimon.
I just found it.
I feel like we should probably...
I mean, this obviously isn't real, but...
Yeah, these are from the Drawfee guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll send you the link to this. It's pretty funny. Their Rowlet video is actually very close to what they end up with.
It's incredibly close, yeah. For the set, yeah. So I guess now we will move forward, since we talked about Pokemon for a little while there.
Forward.
So we're going to move forward to the new Pokemon that were added.
We already talked about this, for the most
Not
part.
the new Pokemon.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, they're not that important. You got the bee thing, got a thing. The, like, cotton ball got evolutions. And, of course, again, it's a sexy lady that looks like Nicki Minaj.
Well,
quote-unquote. Sexy lady.
Jangmo-O, their dragon type, becomes awesome as it just becomes this, like, plate male scaly dragon raptor.
It's gonna, like, start punching people.
And Null takes off its anime weights and becomes the most powerful.
Becomes possibly a remake, or, like, a jammed together Arceus, or whatever.
Arceus.
Arceus.
Yeah, I like the idea of Pokemon scientists just trying to clone God and succeeding, kind of. Like,
So, okay, so actually, I was thinking about this. The whole like, is it Arceus or is it Arceus like debate has been ongoing forever. And I always just say Arceus because it sounds better, but that Pokemon is starting to make me think that it is Arceus because of its ability name.
oh, the RKS.
RKS system,
Oh,
and it's literally like the same
think
ability
about
as
that.
Arceus.
Oh my
I
God.
didn't even think that was the name, basically.
Uh-huh.
Also, oh my God, I did not realize it's 7 feet tall.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than it looks.
Yeah, so it's basically just a clone.
I'm so excited for this game. Okay, where do you want to move on, Logan?
It's nothing that's not all that important to I don't think anybody here really cares all that much, but Steam is now getting PS4 controller support, like through Steam. So it's actually going to be Steam is going to support it, basically is what I'm trying to say, versus it being like a third-party thing. Now Steam is actually going to support PS4 controllers. So for those people out there who actually, prefer to use a PS4 controller, which is understandable, some people just like that one better. You can finally use it on Steam games now. So
Hooray.
that's plus for some people. Sticking on the...
And
Huh?
I was going to say something I was told the other day, which from someone who's apparently currently watching the Pokemon, the current series. Apparently the new girl, Serena, apparently no one likes her and she's just thirsty.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. That's what the memes seem to say.
From when I was originally watching the thing, you could just tell from the first, 5 episodes.
She
But,
wants the Ashy D.
Yeah. They, met at a summer camp or something, and she never forgot, and she was like, hey, we should bang now. And they're like, wait, we're 10. They're like, we should still bang.
And Ash is like, well, I'm like a 30-year-old stuck in a 10-year-old boy's body.
I am literally
Please
God.
help.
We've talked about that before, I think Ash is just God, and nobody
I
respects
mean, Ash
him.
met God in one of the movies, so...
But you have to think, in every single Pokemon movie there has ever been, who is the hero of the day? Ash.
That doesn't make him God.
Why haven't they just, crowned him as king of them all, though? Clearly all of the prophecies in the land...
Because he always Mr. Beans his way to the end is the worst and never knows how to learn.
Yeah, but he's in the prophecy. Any prophecy that exists is a kid named Ash.
A kid named Ash will...
So in 2016, they're gonna release the DVD release of Ash Ketchum's victory over Skogglepop, the Deathsaur.
Yeah, it's...
Skogglepop.
Who would name a Deathsaur as Skogglepop? That's ridiculous.
I would. And I would.
Also,
Well,
just as a
when
side
it
note,
names itself Skogglepop, you do not argue.
That's also true.
just as a side note, I do like how Mr. Beaning has become a verb now that we use.
Because of me.
Yep.
Because I've Mr.
Because
Bean
Logan
my way through
Mr.
life.
Beans his way through life.
Yeah, so continuing on with the PlayStation thing we were talking about earlier. PlayStation VR was released this week, I believe. And supposedly, it's really good. I've read a lot of things and reviews of it that say it's actually a really good VR system. Apparently, it doesn't need any weird software like the Oculus does or the thing. It's just kind of works.
Well, I imagine it would be weird because it's integrated with the PlayStation, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Not like a PC.
I don't know if it can't do PC, but it is definitely a PS4 thing.
Yeah, so it would be incredibly weird if for some reason you had to use external software to make it work on itself.
I can't think of the actual thing that I was thinking of with whatever. I'm losing my train of thought all of a sudden. I can't remember the exact article that I ended up reading. So it said something more specific about it. Doesn't need hefty external software or something like that. It's just the way it works is different. I don't know.
I'm sure it didn't say hardware.
I mean, you need the external hardware.
No, I know, but hefty external software doesn't sound right.
I don't know.
like if you said hefty external hardware, then
Well, if I could find the article, I'll tell you about it. But like, I don't know if I should be able to find it.
There's such an extreme amount of data in the software that it actually has a physical form.
I've always wondered about that. Is there a point where, like, because data is essentially electricity, not to go on this tangent, but is there a point where you could have so much data that it actually gains weight? Like, because electrons technically have weight, just not a lot. Very, very not a lot.
I guess you need to make a single item that could just store all of the data and just like have it like weighed and then send all of the data in it.
Okay. So basically, the article that I was reading, it says the PlayStation VR is so good it doesn't need a killer app in quotes, and by killer app it means it doesn't need like some sort of like, here's the Steam VR released with blank, like it didn't need a specific game to try and sell the VR system. Apparently, it's just that good.
Okay, so it doesn't. They're saying it doesn't need a launch title.
Yeah, it basically doesn't have a launch title. It doesn't need a launch title because it's good enough that it doesn't need one.
Okay.
Yeah, but apparently, like I said, it's been doing pretty well. A lot of people who have used it say it's great. So, I guess good for them. I said we were going to stop talking about Pokemon, and I just realized the next thing on my list is another Pokemon thing.
What is that?
Scizor is being added to Pokken Tournament. They are finally adding a new character to their roster. How long after it was released? Like 6 months? And this is the...
It's been way longer than 6 months since it's been released.
I don't remember. Somebody look it up for me. But,
I think it's over a year.
It came out March 18th.
So, about 6 months.
Yep.
So yeah, it's the Japanese arcade version is getting Scizor added to their roster, which I kind of hope that they eventually end up adding it to the Wii U version. Not that I'm ever going to play it again, but still be cool. So yeah, that's another thing.
Exciting. I love Caesar. I don't own Pokken Tournament and don't really intend on getting it, but
You can play it at my house whenever you visit.
Yeah. One, I would need to get a Wii U.
yeah.
Man, I wish more things were like cool for the Wii U. The Wii U is actually a pretty decent system.
It's a pretty fucking awesome system that doesn't know how to treat itself well.
Yeah, basically, nobody wants to develop for it because they're like, same thing with most Nintendo's things. Nobody wants to develop for it because they're like, it's got the weird second screen and like, I don't know what to do with that, so nobody wants to develop for it. Which is understandable.
Just put a smiley face on it and then develop for the other screen. Problem solved.
Yeah, it's pretty decent system.
They did start releasing stuff on their next Nintendo console, which I think is just the Wii U, but every controller is the Wii U controller.
Oh gosh.
Which I think one of the main complaints once people figured out that it wasn't just a controller is that it was a new console where it only had one anyway.
Yeah, but you can still use the Wiimotes with it, so... Yeah.
I mean, all things considered, I think at some point Nintendo did just kill their marketing team and replace them with new people. Between Pokemon Go and the new Pokemon game, they're doing way more advertisement on something than they ever had before.
Well, to kill whatever team is in charge of determining supply and demand as well.
Nintendo didn't have a whole lot of say in Pokemon Go, though.
They their say comes with the Pokemon Go Plus, which is what I was just bitching about. That and Amiibos is like the two biggest things in recent years that have shown that Nintendo's concept of supply and demand is very warped.
Yep. We had you weren't here last week for me. 2 weeks ago I had the complaints about the Pokemon Go Plus, and everybody else was like, "Logan, you're dumb," and you weren't there to talk with me about it. So
yeah, and there are actually, I think in less than a week, going to restock the Pokemon Go Pluses into the GameStops.
They already restocked it once and sold out again.
Yeah, they restock every like every now and then, but they have no idea when it's going to happen, and they sell out within like 30 minutes of doing so.
I checked
Actually, I believe the GameStop managers do know the intake days. As at least the one that I know actually does know.
Well,
I don't know. I've asked several, and they're like, we have no idea.
Yeah, the stocking.
There's probably a policy against just letting people know exactly when for obvious reasons. It would be kind of chaotic if they just had days where everyone just jumps in it all at once.
It's just if you go on eBay right now, you'll see what happens when you don't understand supply and demand. Is people realize that, and they realize there's a massive demand with no supply, and then say we can charge triple the price, and people will pay for it.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing with the stocking is like the one of the websites I follow says the days that certain GameStops in the area get things in stock, and they said they had it in stock on the 10th, I believe, which was a few days ago. What day is it?
Yeah, it's the 14th today.
Yeah, it was like 4 days ago. Jesus, math. Or was it 11th? That was the 11th. That was like 3 or 4 days ago that they had it in stock, and they had it in stock at like 10:30, 11 o'clock. They were all gone.
Oh, wow.
So like it's one of those things where they're like getting them in kind of, but they're getting them in really slowly, and then they're just disappearing instantaneously. Like it's just.
And then they're getting them right the hell out.
I just wish I could get one. I need to just go like camp in a GameStop for like a week.
Yeah, like I just
lose
checked
your
now.
job.
I can live with that. They wouldn't.
I just checked.
My job wouldn't care as much as you think. They'd be like, "You missed a week, Logan," and I'd be like, "Look, it was for important things." And they'd be like, "All right, well, we'll give you another chance, but don't do it again." I'd be like, "All right, cool."
Okay, let's redo the scenario a bit. I was gone for a week. Okay, I was waiting for Pokemon Go Plus. Okay, you're fired.
Yeah, we don't have to leave them that information. They don't have to know.
It's important things, important business. Yeah. Speaking of Pokemon Go, Scott, I'm sure you will be proud to know that the Executor that I named after you is my strongest Pokemon currently.
I'm very proud. I just recently did my first Pidgey XP grind, so I shot up like 2 levels.
Yeah.
Just 2.
It gets really rough.
Well,
because I'm like level 21 or something, and it's like 75,000 XP to get to the next one. It's like, oh god.
so people were saying they're like back when they're like posting people hitting like levels first and showing what they got. People were like, "What took you so long?" And they're like, "It takes more EXP to get from level 24 to 25 than it takes from get to 0 to 24."
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Also, another thing. Logan, I named my Slowpoke after you,
Yes.
but I found another Slowpoke, and I was like, okay, this one's better, so I'll change its name to Logan. But I was too lazy to go back and change the name of the other one, so I'm just going to name all of the Slowpokes I find Logan.
Yes.
I think it's funnier that way.
Yes. Because I have already mentioned 1,000 times that if Pokemon were a thing that really existed in this world, I would be the crazy. I'd be the crazy Slowpoke lady.
And you would name all of your Slowpoke Logan.
Mm-hmm. Or like some variation of my name.
Like Logan.
I'd be like Logan, and then like maybe like give him a nickname like something stupid, like I used to get called when I was younger, or my middle name, or something like that. Like I would just name all of them different things, and it'd be.
This is Slowpoke, and this is Logan. This is Logan. This one's Logan, but you could also call him Logan. That's my nickname for him.
Yeah.
This one's also Logan, but it's spelled with 2 L's.
This one's named Reaper.
Yeah, no, why would I ever name one Reaper? This one's name is Edgy Grandpa. But there would be like that, and then I'd have like 1 Togekiss. So
And you would just like fly by one little kiss on your cheek and leave forever.
I would no.
It would leave. It would just. I'm not gonna say it.
I just no. Thank you. But yeah, no. Those are Pokemon that I love. So, moving on to like other things. So, the new Overwatch character. Oh god.
Overwatch. Looking this up immediately.
The new Overwatch character. You're gonna get something involving Shrek. I can almost guarantee.
Oh, that's what I'm hoping for.
the new Overwatch character, Sombra, was leaked recently. I don't know much else about that. I just know that she was leaked.
So, like, leaked as in not part of the ARG or part of the ARG?
No one knows.
I mean,
It's
the
just-
top rumor is that Sombra is real and leaked the information.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Hacked the Blizzard mainframes.
Which it's just like it's unclear if like it's meant if like Blizzard does it intentionally because Sombra is a hacker and so she's leaking information on stuff, but they also like leaked stuff relating to the Halloween event before it came out, and so it might just be normal leaks. It's just kind of weird. Also, I like how Sombra's alleged design from the leak, which is taken with like a phone camera or something, which I don't understand why these leaks are always just pictures taken with some sort of device rather than screenshots. I guess that would be easier for like an employee
Yeah, because
who has access to these things, because if they screenshot it and then email it, everyone's gonna be like, "Gee, I wonder who leaked it."
yeah,
So I just answered my own question about why
Yeah,
these are
there you
always
go.
low quality photos, but I like how her design has the same like shaved one side, long hair on the other design of like every ethnic female character in video games for the past few years. Like there's Mistral from Metal Gear Revengeance. There's Fedorova from Deus Ex Human Revolution. What else? There's one. Oh, and Laura from Street Fighter V. All have that same kind of haircut, where it's short on one side and very long on the other.
and if you
And
want
it's
to know
just kinda
more about this,
strange.
Taylor's going to be writing a 12-page research paper
On hairstyles.
on hairstyles and ethnic women in video games. So
Yes.
keep an eye out for that.
I don't know why I specifically had to use that term. That's kind of weird, but whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah. So she'll come out eventually, and we'll learn more things about her, and she'll be ridiculously overpowered, and everybody will be angry, especially Garrett.
Garrett is always angry.
I'll just be angry if she
Pictures
ends
of
up being a
Overwatch.
spy class, or if she's a spy class that can disguise as people on your team. Then I'll be angry, since that's
I
like
want
the
I
biggest
want her-
saving grace going to Overwatch from TF2 is that I don't have to worry about spy checking.
See, like what I'm really hoping for, and that just like I thought that popped up into my mind while thinking about her. I want her character to be Prop Hunt.
Where she just disguises as random things in the environment.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, like she's not does not disguise herself as other players, but as like different items that are very clearly not supposed to be there.
Like, I'm
like-
fine if she can stealth and stuff, just or do what you're saying.
Like Tanuki suit.
Yeah. Well,
I still like the idea
sort
of
of.
just like you see like during the Halloween event on the Hollywood map, just a pumpkin flying through the map on the ground. And then like going into another room where it's just like filled with pumpkins, like shit. Which pumpkin is the evil pumpkin?
Oh wait,
The
they're
one
all
with the-
evil pumpkins.
The
No.
one with the spooky face on it. Wait, they all have spooky faces. Oh no!
And
And then
every
pumpkin
prop-
juice.
And every prop just has Sombra's face on the front.
Oh no. Yeah, I've also heard suggestions that she might have some sort of ability to like
Cloak.
disable or cancel other characters' abilities, which would make her necessary on almost every team ever. But
I mean, Zenyatta does the same thing too.
kind of, yeah.
You just hear
For all the aggressive ults, at least.
Yeah, although not one-shot ults.
Yeah.
Doesn't do much against Diva. Makes Genji's day hard, though.
you just hear Ruga Waga. Oh god, no.
Yeah, that... I don't really care about ruining Genji's day, though, because I hate that guy.
Wouldn't it be awesome if, like, if Sombra's ult just, like, activates a small bomb that's placed in Genji's brain? It makes
Mercy
him
put that shit there, just because, just in case.
Well, I think we all know that she's a sociopath.
A little bit.
Like I
And
said,
just, like,
she
it
just drags
disabled-
people's souls back screaming from whatever afterlife that they were coming to or going
I mean,
to.
just
And
just
like I
what
said,
kind of,
you're the
what
only
kind
one
of-
that's screaming when it happens.
Yeah, just what kind of narcissist goes out, does their medic duty in a fucking angel costume.
I mean, I would.
Like,
Okay,
calls themselves Mercy.
if you were to invent something that could literally bring people back from the dead, would you not go around dressed in like an angel costume or some shit like that? Like,
Granted,
wouldn't, but
granted, the only people it brings back from the dead are people who come back from the dead on a constant basis anyway.
which also doesn't make
That's a good
sense,
point.
but it's all non-canonical, so. Doesn't
Which is
matter.
always a thing that I always find funny that people have such a hard time understanding. Like
Yeah, I was
like it'd almost be okay if there was no story to it. Like the fact that there is a story but it's not relevant to the game upsets people sometimes, and that's just kind of strange to me. Like
I was talking to someone a while ago, and I mentioned the fact that like, why is this game the way it is? Why do they like invent such an intricate story and then do nothing with it? Then he came up with this whole like conspiracy theory, string theory, multiple universe things. I'm like, I think they honestly just didn't put that much work into the story of the gameplay. It's like, you can just believe whatever you want, man.
I mean,
It's like that exact response to it.
yeah, not every video game with a story has to have it be like a visual novel or an intense Mass Effect-esque story. Like, it can just be a fun shooter with the story in the background that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, with the Halloween update and the new Brawl,
I would like to see more co-op stuff like that. That is pretty cool. That has like story moments in it.
yeah, people are clamoring for just like a story mode that's kind of released in episodes. Like every month or every, I guess, season, they release a new like 4-player co-op with a different restricted set of characters that goes over part of the story, even that lets you start with the prologue of how it happens,
That's basically,
or like where it goes in the future.
Basically add like a Left 4 Dead kind of situation to it, where it's like,
Yeah.
the 4 characters and you go through a little thing.
And add like cutscenes before and after.
Yeah. So moving on from Overwatch.
Which would be amazing. Oh, last thing about Overwatch. I want that Mercy skin so bad.
No one
We all know.
cares.
It's okay.
Scott
You'll get it
cares.
eventually.
I care.
Scott cares, but he'll get it.
No,
before
Scott
you.
wants it more, and if he gets it, you don't. That's the
Evan.
rules I've just made up.
Does he want it more?
Yes.
I mean, I guess. I mean, she's.
Scott, you do.
I don't think he wants it more than me.
Scott, you do. Don't let Mitchell tell you otherwise. So Gears of
Well, see,
War.
because like I'm sitting
Damn
here
it!
thinking that no, I don't care about Gears of War. I'm sitting here thinking like, what there's going to be more events. I don't know if like this is the culmination of Mercy skins. I feel like there could be some better Mercy skin in the future.
Why not get
want
them
it.
all? Why not get them all, Scott?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Yeah, but
But you
this
know what?
one's super sexy.
It is super sexy, but it is not the sexiest.
I mean, it might be. Also,
Gears of
This
War
is-
4.
this is the first one that shows Mercy butt. It's a piece in history.
Oh my
I
god.
do enjoy her butt.
So, Logan, let's talk about Gears of War for a second.
Yeah,
Are there
why
any
aren't you
butts in
moving
Gears
this
of War?
along?
I can't. There's no way to. The
We have
butt is
taken
too
control.
powerful. Anyway, so yeah, Gears of War 4 came out on PC. Not that anybody really gives a shit, but it's
It
there.
looks good. looks good.
I'd love to play it because like the fact that it's not an Xbox exclusive anymore kind of makes me a little bit happier now. Oh wait, shit, that means PCs have. No, wait, they're not exclusive. Technically, they're not. They're just Microsoft exclusive games now. Hooray!
Yes.
I want to play it. Somebody else
Looks fun.
somebody else ended up getting it eventually. I'd play it with them. But it's cool that Microsoft is finally releasing their shit onto PCs as well as Xbox.
I don't even know if I really enjoyed the multiplayer all that much. I mean, I might, but I might just want the campaign just looks fun and good to me.
If they have a co-op campaign, that'd be cool. I don't know if it's a co-op campaign though. I never played the original Gears of War,
Neither did I.
so. And the last thing of note that I seem to have here is Civ 6 is coming out soon, and I don't know. I guess excitement.
I mean, I would be excited, but I don't think you'll allow us to ever finish a game.
I told you we could probably play it after this game.
After you
This
mean this
isn't a game.
podcast.
Podcast. Yep. hmm
Yes.
Life is life
Is this
a
just a
game.
game to you?
This is just a game to me. You're all my pawns.
I'm quite excited for
I am no shrimp.
Civilization 6. I need to look more into it because, I mean, I'm probably not going to buy it immediately because I try to avoid spending, big $60 bursts on video games all the time, and it'll probably come out later, for like, as Mitchell said before the podcast started, $20 with all the DLC.
Oh, that's not my last thing. I remember something else. Continue. Sorry.
Okay, but yeah, I'm quite excited for it. It looks pretty good.
And
I don't
weirdly
know.
more cartoony than the other ones have been.
Mhm.
Just the art style.
It's definitely more cartoony. It's also a lot more stylized, which I like. Like if you look at videos of it and the like, you'll see that the fog of war is not just like gray fog. It actually like turns into a map, like an ancient style map with like little sea monsters and stuff drawn on it, which
That's
I really
cool.
like.
Yeah.
Where it's not just like spooky smoke that Civilization 5 has.
Stylistically, it's taking a very different turn than it has, which I like.
Yeah, I really like it.
But then it's also apparently, according to some article that I read, the music in the game is going to evolve as your civilization does, and to me, that's a really cool thing.
I can't wait to evolve to dubstep.
I mean, the technological era will probably get there.
No, I don't want dubstep to be the music of the future.
No, it's not going to be the music of the future, it's going to be music of the present.
Shouldn't be the music of the now either. Ugh.
All the dubstep. Every last little piece of it.
But she's saying...
And they're also
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So the present is dubstep, the future is just Taylor Swift.
Mitchell shoving in his
God.
secret love for Taylor Swift.
our immortal god empress Taylor Swift.
T-Swizzles.
That's how humanity reaches the next level.
We all become Taylor Swift. And then immediately die out because there's no more reproduction.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
It would be
glorious,
immediate.
glorious final moment for humanity. But yeah, they have done some different gameplay changes to it as well that people have been discussing. Like instead of just having constant like tile upgrades and stuff like you have currently, you build like districts for your city, which can only build certain buildings and stuff. So you can have like a religious district that builds like mosques and the like, and you have science districts and stuff like that. So you can focus a city a lot more than you can in Civilization 5. Like Civilization 5, you just have every city do everything most of the time, unless you're doing like a weird strategy. In Civilization 6, it looks like you can definitely focus a city down based on the districts you give it, and you can't just have a city do everything that your civilization needs.
Along with Taylor's 12-page essay on hairstyles, he will also be doing a full in-depth review of Civilization 6.
I'm sorry for trying to put content in this podcast.
I mean, if you actually wanted to do that, I'm sure it'd be something that, like, if more people ended up watching, they would actually probably enjoy, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
that's
also
Three
doing-
whole people.
3 whole people. Yeah, they're also doing a thing where each civilization has more than one leader. So you can
Oh,
choose
that's
the
cool.
civilization, so you get the civilization abilities and their unique things, and each leader also has their own unique ability. Like currently, I
Oh.
believe it's.
I thought you
believe
were
they're-
saying.
Huh?
Sorry, I thought you were saying that they don't live forever and are immortal beings.
No, they're still the mortal god kings, but you can pick a different one than the base one. So, like for example, Greece has both Pericles and Golgotha, and they have different. Is it Golgotha?
Gesundheit.
Oh, no, it's Gorgo, not Golgotha.
Gesundheit.
Gorgo.
Gorgo, Queen of Sparta. Yeah, and so Gorgo has a more like military focus, and then Pericles is more like cultural and politically focused.
Cunnilingus
So I
was
think that's
Rome, right?
Huh?
Cunnilingus was Rome, right?
I don't know. I don't know the origins of Cunnilingus.
I mean, he was an emperor. Very, very bad one. Very, very not good at being an emperor.
Oh,
Anyways, moving on. The last thing that I was going to mention
yeah.
was
A lot of
the,
sex.
the DLC for Dark Souls 3 is coming out in a couple of weeks, actually. 2 weeks. 3 weeks.
Hooray.
I'm so excited. As a
As
person
am
who
I.
seemed to never like the Dark Souls series, after beating 3, I was actually very happy and really ended up enjoying the series. or the game.
He never liked them, but persisted to buy all of them.
Yes.
Okay, I liked them. I just was terrible at them. I guess I should say. And then I got okay at Dark Souls 3. Nobody's ever really good at that game. Just okay at it.
There are people that are very good at the game, and it makes me sad and angry at the same time.
No, it's just okay. They're not good. They're just okay.
Have you
Like-
seen them?
Yeah,
I cry.
they're okay. It's like basically it's like level is like players who don't know how to play the game are like absolutely the worst thing in existence. Then you got the people who seem like they're pretty good at the game. They're what we would consider as pretty shit, basically. Then you get up to the people who like look like they're god kings of the game, but really they're just kind of okay at it.
I have witnessed someone beat Ornstein and Smough from the first game using voice commands. Like there were people who were very good at this video game.
Yeah, they're just okay.
I'm at the.
Voice commands.
Yes, like he would say left, shield. Well, he would say like the button presses, and like the game would do it, and he beat it. Like with a
that's
very
awesome.
specific build based around like using a heavy shield and getting like very slow hits in, but he did it, and it's really impressive.
And a little
Pretty
aggravating.
sure someone is,
And a little aggravating.
and a little aggravating, yes. I'm pretty sure someone has done it on a Guitar Hero controller as well.
I've also seen someone do it using a racing wheel.
Oh god, I love it
Yeah.
when people like try
Use
to
voice
implement steering wheels into video games that don't need them. Like like when
Like
someone
using
played
Reinhardt.
like Reinhardt, or someone a way back when Team Fortress 2 was really big. Someone playing Pyro just using a steering wheel.
Yup.
It works really well.
Yeah, I think I'm at the pretty shit level. Like, not the worst. I could, like, play through the story campaign. So just pretty shit. If I walk into, like, anything even remotely competitive for PvP, I'll probably just, like, die when people look at me.
Yeah, I mean that kind of happens anyways, even if you're good, because the net code in Dark Souls games has never been good, and so you'll probably get killed in ways that you really shouldn't.
Yeah. So, I think that's everything I had for today.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy. Oh shit! Copyright flags. Well,
Yep.
good night,
Yes,
everybody.
Your Mickey was so infallible and perfect that they just take down the video. Like, no, he is the one true Mickey.
I am the one true Mickey. All right. Well, see you guys again in another year.
Time to play Overwatch.
Oh boy.
So you don't want to play Civ, I see.
AKA loot box generator.
Oh, see, it's on record. They chose to play Overwatch instead of Civ this time.
No, we could play both at the same time.
Oh God, no! Please never.
No, that would melt my computer.
Also, my brain.
Also, my pants.